What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Flaw 700, and welcome to the Podcast Brothers Presents the 700 Block Podcast. And this is the way we will be doing it going forward until me and the bro can come up with a schedule for us to work together. A little schedule change, but the show must go on. And this is the first episode of this little spin-off. Well, the 700 Block been out. I stopped doing it for a minute. But as far as a spin-off and just being a little brother to the Podcast Brothers Podcast, I'm going to be doing this for now, like I said, until me and bro get a schedule and to when we can drop like episode 175. I just didn't want to continue to just be like Podcast Brothers episode this, that, and the third, and he's not here. So I said, hey man, just bring back the 700 block. Why not? And then I get a lot of love and, people come through and kick it with me to help me out on the podcast. And I have a lovely lady joining me today. She is a returning guest. She was on the Podcast Brothers podcast last year. And she brought the boys some cupcakes that was mighty delicious. She's here today to talk about not only the cupcake business that, she started, but also the changes that she's made. And I've seen the growth, and I reached out to her. I said, I got to have you on because you doing some different things. I ain't never see you act like this. You done stepped your game up. So ladies and gentlemen, joining me on the block this afternoon, I got Naja in the building.
Hey.
Did I get it right?
Yes, you got it right.
Boy, I had to say your name like a million times. Like I need to, because I'm bad with names. It just is what it is. When you know your flaw, you just embrace it. And you let people know, hey, listen, this ain't what I'm good at.
Right.
I can do everything else good, but remember names. I've been in situations where, people might know my name. And I'd be like, well, how do you know my name? Because I don't know yours. And you might have told me, but you got to tell me a few times. It's the way I get that.
We all got a flaw.
We do. But how's everything with you? How was your mental health and how was your week?
My week was very long. Mentally, I feel very strong right now. But my week was very long. I had a lot of work to do outside of my 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
I had a few orders with my baking business and also just trying to get things done with my YouTube channel as well. So
You're going to talk about all of that.
Yeah. So it's been a very long week. What about you?
Oh, man. Thanks for asking. How's my health and how's my mental health and week? Man, life is good. I will say that. No complaints. Things are moving into the right direction for me as far as my business goes, as far as, business-wise. I'm glad you came through. And
Thank you for having me.
The last time we talked about your bakery. And I know that you said that there's been a little update. So tell us the name of your bakery one more time and tell us what's going on with that right now.
So my bakery, my baking business or
baking
pastry
business. Yeah.
Pastry business is called Pipe It Up Pastries, and I believe last time I was telling you guys that I got into it after I had gotten into a really bad car accident.
Mm-hmm.
And I had asked God what he wanted me to do in that time that I was home. And, the order just kept coming in after I had made pastries for an event. Now, this wasn't something that I was doing. I wasn't baking before. I never went to a culinary art school. God just gave me the gift of being a creative. And this is just one of the ways that I show that creativity.
I seen something last night. You did an event last night? Or was it?
It was my cousin's, my younger cousin's birthday party. She had a birthday party at a local spot in Trenton, and her mom came to me and said, hey, your little cousin's having a party. She put in an order. I like the fact that she didn't ask for a discount.
Okay.
Sometimes I try to do that without people knowing, and they're looking at me like, I don't think this is the price, and they still overpay me. So I'm just grateful for that. But yeah, it was my little cousin's 24th birthday party, and her mom came to me and asked me to do her candy table. Normally I get orders, it might be like cupcakes or cake pops, like something here or there, and they put a candy table together. But she wanted me to do the whole entire spread, so I was happy to do that. I was up to 3 o'clock in the morning.
Shout out to family for not asking for the discount. Just ask for the business, and you never know, we might just bless you with something.
You never know.
So you said you were up till 3 in the morning.
Oh yeah, for like about 2-3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that wasn't the only order I had. I had another order for a baby shower too.
Business is booming. So business is doing good.
Definitely. Thank God.
Business is doing good.
Thank God.
So it's tax season.
It It is tax season.
And I saw, and this is how I saw that you kind of like not moved on, but I'm going to stick my hands in so many different things. I'm not just going to be,
right.
You know what I mean, pipe it up, pastries. I'm going to do some other things. 'Cause I got a lot of talent, you know, don't just zero in on one thing. I'm on YouTube browsing and boom. I said, I know this person. And it looks familiar. What you got going on here? And I seen one of the videos you were talking about, you know, I think the 5 things you do with your tax return and things of that nature.
Yeah, it was 10 smart ways.
10 smart ways.
Yeah, 10 smart ways to spend your tax refund.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you come up with that? Like, first off, tell us what the YouTube channel is about. What's the name of the YouTube channel? How they can find it? What sparked you to start a YouTube channel? Yeah. And what is mostly on there so people know what to expect?
So they can subscribe.
Facts. You subscribe.
So, my YouTube channel is called Ooh La La Naj, and that's
Ooh La La.
Yes, Ooh La La Naj. Honestly, that's been a name that I stuck with since maybe MySpace days. That was just a name, you know how they have like www.myspace, and then it has that slash and whatever your name is. Yeah, Ooh La La Naj been a name, for years.
You're more mature than me because I'm happy. Like me, when people ask me for my email, I still go, woof. I'm glad I'm not the person I used to be. Like everything was just crazy for me. Like all my old names. I'm glad I'm not that person no more. So, like my Facebook name, my emails that I use, all that stuff is
Now
I'm more mature.
It's simple
now?
Oh
yeah, it's my name. It's my name. It's my area code. It's a number. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that has been a name that I identify with since MySpace days, and I actually just carried it on. Like that's my Instagram name as well, _Naj. So when I created my YouTube channel, I was like, well, let me just stick with it because I do have people who always see me out that don't know me, and they'll say like ooh la la, or they'll say ooh la la Naj or something like that, and I'd be like, are they really calling me my Instagram name? So I was like, okay, well then I'll just keep this name going since people already know it. So the reason why I started a YouTube channel is because I love to learn. I love to read. I love to talk to different people. Just, I like to just draw knowledge from other people and in return share the wisdom and knowledge that, God gave me or that I learned through experiences as well. Mm-hmm. So I'm really not a talker, to be honest.
Me neither. Regardless of how many podcasts I'm on, I'm not a talker.
Right, I'm not a talker. And a year ago, a friend of mine had gifted me a vlogging camera because, something in me was saying, maybe you should start YouTube and just share these experiences. And so I don't know, I let like fear and all these, doubt and all these different things kind of hinder me from starting the channel. And when the end of last year came in December, I was like, okay, what am I going to do for the new year? Like what things, what type of operations am I going to be involved in? Just basically utilizing the gifts that God gave me. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I wasn't a talker, but I had last fall, I had prayed to God and I was like, God, help me find my voice in you.
Okay.
So to speak. So I feel like that was like the start of the whole YouTube thing. So in January, I was talking to my friends like, oh, should I start like in March? I was like, oh, I should start in June, like for the rest of the half of the year.
Trying to push it out.
Right. And my friends was like, no, you should have started it yesterday. Like yesterday. It doesn't matter like what the content is right now. You just need to get started.
Yeah.
So so I basically started the YouTube channel just like I said to share knowledge or wisdom with other people. It doesn't matter the race, it doesn't matter the gender. Mm-hmm. Whatever I'm learning, I'm passing on. So I initially said I'm going to reach an audience that is addicted to leveling up. Mm-hmm. So on Tuesdays, I have a segment called Transparency Tuesdays where I just give advice on relationships, self-awareness, faith, just all those type of things. And on Fridays, I have a segment called Figuratively Speaking where I talk all things money. Now, if you go to my channel, actually, if you search Slim0103, you can find my channel. And I guess it was because I had a YouTube account for a lot of years, so it just kind of kept that same one. My channel is called Ooh La La Naj. But if you go to my channel, you'll find more finance videos than anything. But that's because I'm on a debt-free journey right now. So everything that I learned, I'm sharing because nobody taught me these things. I'm reading and I'm watching YouTube videos, or friends send me stuff, and I have friends that are on this journey too. So any nuggets that I get, I formulate it into a video and then I share it with other people because knowledge is key.
Yeah, that's a fact. I'm on my journey as well, especially financially. And I was talking last week. I had an episode with one of my co-hosts, Killer K, and we was talking about how this generation, like you and I, we're the generation that we know, and we're still learning to pass it on to the future,
right?
And even to the ones before us, because it's like the ones before us kind of like didn't have no type of information,
right?
Like it was there. Like they had, like maybe if you went to a library or something, like information has always been in books.
Right.
But now we got digital books, they're on our phone.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for us not to read.
Right.
We got YouTube, there's no excuse for us not to learn, nothing.
Yeah, knowledge is more accessible to us.
So I hear what you're saying, that it wasn't taught to you, and now we're teaching it. Now we want to reap the benefits of what we're learning.
Yeah.
But it is a thing to where we might not actually reap the benefits of what we're actually learning, but we're giving it to the future.
That's true. And I feel like it's kind of, I don't know, it's a seesaw with that, because I feel like the upcoming generation is like half and half. Most of them are on the same wave that we're on and trying to learn and, just try to make our futures better. Then you got another half that is kind of spoiled and they just want to give it to them. So
that's a fact.
I feel like we're in the in between. Like the generations before us, they kind of are stuck in their ways. Like they learned or they didn't learn.
And what they know is what they know.
Yeah, and we are kind of more flexible. And then we have this upcoming generation that's just like they want it handed to them. But we gonna cultivate more flexibility.
It's definitely tough because having two older kids, my son's 18, I have a 16-year-old daughter, and it's going to get to a time, especially for my 18-year-old, where you're going to have to do some things on your own. You can't call me for everything. Right. But we don't prepare for that because we spoiled our kids rotten because we want what we didn't have, which is to have, both parents in their lives, to give them what they need because we brought them here, so we're going to take care of you.
Right.
But eventually that kind of slows down. It doesn't stop. It never stops.
Yeah, there's a balance.
So I've put books into my kids' hands. Now, will they read them? That's another thing. I used to be on them every day. They just start reading. And they might have started, but I don't know if they're into it. But I also...
You planted the seed, though. You planted the seed.
And that's all I can do.
Now just allow God to water it.
Because I can be on some, man, I wish I had books.
Right.
But I did.
Yeah.
I just didn't apply. I didn't go to them.
But you got to your season where you were like, okay, this was there, and now I can operate in it. So they're gonna reach their season where they're gonna need that information. They're always gonna go back to it just because you planted the seed already.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come full circle.
Now me, right, as far as, because I brought up your tax video, right, and I'm definitely working on my credit, right?
Yeah.
It came a time in my life last year I needed some bread, right? It's hard to tell your kids no because you don't have it.
Yeah.
It's easy to tell them no just because you want to.
Right.
No, I don't want. No, you're not. Not behind it. But when you know you can't afford it, it's like, nah, man, you're better than that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't bring kids into this world and you just can't do the bare necessities.
Right.
So I went and I took a loan out, right? And I didn't. They told me what the what the stipulations are, what I would owe them back. But I didn't hear nothing. I just like, yo, give me this bread so I can get to work, and I've been straight ever since. Now I get direct deposit, and they automatically
take it out,
withdraw their bread. Yeah. So they've been doing that for about $800. No, well the loan was for $840, right? And I was successfully making payments, 8 payments to be exact. So I was getting paid bi-weekly, so that's 2 payments a month that they were getting for me faithfully.
Right.
So I never logged into my account to check to see what type of, is the money going down, whatever the case may be. So now, I get a little bread. I'm just like, hey, yo, peoples, I'm ready to pay off this loan. What I owe you? Now keep in mind, I took a loan out for $840. They say I say, so how much do I owe you? And it's like, you owe us like 830. I said, 830? Wasn't the loan for like 840? I've been paying you for 6 months.
Wow.
For what, however long.
Right.
And they just was like, it was a 500%. I can't think of the name, but you basically.
Interest?
Probably, I think that's what it was. I don't know if that's what they said.
Yeah.
But basically, I signed my life over to a 500% interest.
Wow.
And I'm like, so what? Fam.
Was this New Jersey?
I don't know. It was. I called him. I just called him, and you know, like, yo, I want parts of this. I need some bread. And so I made wild payments. I basically did the math, and I've paid almost $900 on a loan that was only for 8, and I still owe almost 9. So they was like, basically, only a few of the dollars actually went to the loan. The rest went to
the interest.
The interest, what it went to.
Wow.
I was like, yo, that's messed up, fam.
Wow. You was going back like, let me read the terms.
Yeah, like, and I just remember, but it was the state that I was in mentally. It was just like, I need something now, and I didn't care what they. I didn't care what they were telling me. It's like, yo, you know, it's going to be a $1,000% joint, and I would have still did it because at that time I wanted something there.
Because when you're thirsty, you drink
anything. When you in desperate times, calls for desperate measures.
Yes.
I'm going to tell, and I say that to say this: don't do it.
No.
Go to a family member, and that might be tough too, but or
no, that's
what?
That's just as bad.
This is bad.
I'm against borrowing, and I know that sometimes you do fall on hard times, but I would rather you hustle to get the money than borrow. I'm against borrowing at this point.
I don't do it either. I don't do it. Honestly, I go to my mom though. Honestly, she's the only person. I'm like, yo, mom, hard times, but she know I'm gonna give it back to her. But she's the only person I feel comfortable, asking. I don't ask nobody for that. Right. And me not being in that stage now, of course, it's easy for me to look back and be like, I shouldn't have did it. I actually did it for a reason. You feel what I'm saying? So, but learn from your boy. It's not worth it. I gave whatever company this is, I think it's called Loan at Last, put their business out there. I gave them wild bread, a lot of money that I could have used to invest in a business or whatever, plan a trip, go somewhere, enjoy life.
Yeah, you could have put your money and had that money in your pocket.
Yes, and I don't now. Because after talking to the lady, I was like, you know what? Listen, man, I'm just about to pay this off. Take this extra bread. So they basically made about $1,600 off me. They basically doubled their money. They doubled their bread. Yeah.
Wow.
So financial freedom. Let's talk about it. When did that become a thing? And just like I said about 10 minutes ago, we're the generation that's kind of like, you mean to tell me I can be rich?
That's a fact.
You mean to tell me I can make some bread? So now we're trying to figure it out. Because going into adulthood, it was get a job.
Right.
It was just get some money. And then it became, don't worry about how much money you make an hour, worry about the insurance.
Right.
Now it's becoming, what am I doing here?
See, the thing about it is, there's a myth out there that only a certain race has access.
Talk about it.
Only a certain race has access to the knowledge on becoming wealthy, and that is not true. That is a myth. The information is out there, but people don't want to get it. They don't want to read. They don't want to research. And the information is out there. It's really out there. But honestly, like I said, because everything has become so easy to, access, people want things the easy way. Yeah. They don't want to work for it. They don't want to, cultivate their mind and, do different things, do what everybody else is not doing, to achieve the goal that they want to achieve. But honestly, they're only saying that a certain race has that knowledge. But okay, say there is a 1%, but you're not willing to do what that 1% is doing. You're still doing what the 99% is doing, and you're going to reap the 99% results. Right. So you got to be able to. What Dave Ramsey says, you have to live like no one else. Meaning now, don't live like other people live, or with the mindset that other people have, so that later on you can live like no one else. So that's like really a go-to quote for me. That's what I mean. Having financial freedom or finding peace financially is obtainable.
When did that become a thing for you though? Because I remember I'm already working, I already got kids, right? So I'm just thinking I'm doing a thing. But then when I realized that this wasn't, I think what else got me to was me hearing what they were doing with the elderly Social Security.
Wow.
And it's just like, wait a minute, so it's a chance that some of these people might not get paid.
Right.
And then did they make enough to live off of? And then when you see people who retire and then go get part-time jobs because they can't take care, they can't live comfortably after retirement. So you sit back and you go, so you mean to tell me I'm supposed to work for umpteen years and still struggle? I don't think it's supposed to work that way. Now, if you tell me I'm going to work and put all these years in, and then when I hit 60 something, whatever the age is, I can live comfortably, I might want to do that, maybe. But me, what I'm doing now, let's just say I wasn't hustling, I wasn't into financial freedom and just going to work. And if I didn't do my 401k the way they should, another side note, when I was doing my 401k, they told me to increase it, the actual website, right? Mm-hmm. But if I was to increase it to what they told me to, I wouldn't be able to make a living from week to week. Right. How am I supposed to pay the bills today if I'm putting everything in my 401k? Wow. But they're telling me that what's in my 401k is not enough for me to retire off of.
Can I address that?
Talk to me.
This is what I love because these are topics that I'm learning right now. So this is what I love. And it gets me kind of hype. You know what I'm saying? It gets me kind of hype. But okay, let me address the whole retirement thing first. Well, it's all in one. Okay, so to answer your question, no, your 401k and well, that is your retirement fund, I guess, so to speak. It's not enough for you to live off on. It's not. Say you worked at a job and it's time for you to retire, and say you have like $100,000 in your 401k, or I could say 200. I don't care. People live off $100,000 per year. So you think that that's supposed to last you from when you retire till you die?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
It's not gonna work. So the thing about it is, when I'm not gonna say, hey, put money to the side and save up for your retirement, to put with your 401k. Well, first of all, I don't know if everyone knows that your 401k is taxed. So when you take it out, you're gonna get taxed on that. So you're not even gonna get what you think you're seeing, on your little account, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm about to have this.
I know you can't wait to see what that check look like at the taxes. Exactly. And she said $200K.
Come on. So I mean, so I'm gonna address that just in case there are people who are listening who are going to retire soon. I would transfer that 401k to a Roth IRA account so that you don't have to put the taxes. If you transfer it over, you won't have to pay the taxes. Plus, your money is like an investment, so you'll make money on top of the money that you put in. So that's a good start. And that's a good thing for those who are debt-free right now, too. You can start the Roth IRA account as well. Put money into that so that once you get, say you turn 65 and you got the 401k, you transfer it in. You've been putting money in your Roth IRA account since, you was 35, and you come out and say you almost had $1 million. Like, you about to live the good life. You know what I'm saying? But you can't increase your 401k right now unless you are debt free, honestly. Okay. If you're debt free and you have 3 to 6 months of expenses, like your normal, like say you lost your job, you have 3 to 6 months expenses depending on your situation, saved up in your bank account, and you're debt free already because you're debt free first, and then you do the expenses. If you got that, then you can put your money. You can. I think Dave Ramsey says 15% of your income should go not into your 401k, but between your 401k, like max it, whatever the max is, and then whatever is the rest of 15%, put in a Roth IRA account, so you'll have both. Now you're going to transfer that over to your Roth IRA account, and you'll have non-taxable money. Okay, so you need to
non-taxable money stuff.
Because I'm not giving the government nothing. Period. So it's steps to becoming wealthy, but you got to take care of that debt first.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay, you can't hustle backwards, because if you try to make this, people would try to, like, they'll have debt and then they'll try to invest and they get this money or whatever, but then they still have debt. So you're just hustling backwards. Just like get the debt paid off and then invest, so you have the free money that you would be spending to pay the debt off. Now you have free money because you're debt free, and now you can save it, and then now you can invest it, and then you can live wealthy and be able to help others.
Definitely coming to the understanding, like a lot of these people that have been using people to make them rich, something's eventually is going to happen, because I know at my job it's hard for them to hire kids, especially out of college, because the thinking is I'm gonna create an app.
Right.
I'm gonna go into business for myself, and that's the mentality. So, and at the end of the day, and you know what they're thinking? We about to get machines to replace them anyway. If you're listening to this, if you're watching this, if you think that you're going to go work somewhere for 30, 40 years, think again.
Right.
They're working on robots to replace us anyway.
You need to figure out what your gifts are. And
Absolutely.
Find your lane and work it.
Just like when, like you said, you were up till 3 a.m. working on them cupcakes, because it's my passion. I love this. Like, I'm not going to complain at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I sit here on Sundays from noon to whenever I'm done, I'm doing podcasting because I found something that I like.